I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person, that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness.
Welcome to the Welcome to the 3 on 3 podcast. That's right, you're tuned in, and welcome back to the number one NBA podcast in the universe. Joined by my partners, amigos, compadres. We got Evan, Lou, and Christian, the super producer in the background, making sure we continue to stay on point. As always, we have a great show in store for you guys today. We got a couple of hard takes where hardwood meets reality with Ja, different storylines. Is he going to go for sunnier weather or sunnier pastures? Who knows? We'll see. We also got some teams making some noise, man. The Lakers. That's right. I said it. The Lakers are off to a great start. Giannis is looking unstoppable. There's some promise to some teams, and Portland's looking perky. We're blazing a trail out here.
You funny.
And last but not least, we got some drama. The Clippers, haha, are looking ancient. The mystery of what's going on with Klay Thompson and Jalen Beijing Brown. His hairline keeps making appearances. Buckle up, guys. We got a great show in store. But before we get into it, we have to pay our respects. The great Hall of Famer, top 75 player, top coach Lenny Wilkens has passed away at age 88.
Wow.
And we just wanted to take time to send our respects, our condolences, and our prayers to his family and his loved ones. He is known to be a 13-time NBA All-Star, was actually a NBA All-Star MVP, which I did not know, in 1971. I know him as a Portland Trailblazers player and head coach, shamelessly enough. That's how I know Lenny Wilkens. But
sounds so selfish.
yeah, it does. Sorry, my frame of reference is around Blazers talk. Okay, so sorry about that. But we did want to take some time. The cause of death has not been released by the family. It's just been said that he passed away today, surrounded by his loved ones. So I, for one, want to take the time out to send our thoughts and prayers to his family, and to honor his great legacy, man. A great player and a great coach.
Shout out to Lenny. Shout out to Lenny for sure.
I moved to Georgia in 1992. The first team that I watched regularly was the Lenny Wilkens coached the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes.
It was Dominique Wilkins, Mookie Blaylock, Kevin Willis teams. So that was my first knowledge of Lenny Wilkens, what he meant to the league as one of the first African-American coaches, Hall of Fame player and coach, as you stated. Seattle Supersonics only championship. Lenny led them to there. Definitely a legend in the NBA games. And so, as you stated, condolences to his family. Definitely a trailblazer that helped carry this league along to where it's at today. So,
I know
definitely wish.
For sure. My first memory of Lenny was when he was a coach for the Raptors. Man, and the exciting era that he did between 2000 and 2003. So Lenny's just, he's one of those names that you hear, you already know it's a staple. And there's a reason why he's a Hall of Famer. So shout out to him, not just being a great player, but being a great coach, and then also being, again, one of the pillars that we talk about in terms of the NBA. So, we lost a significant person.
Yeah, 100%.
But we showed a respect to it.
Yeah, he was the Knicks coach too, Av, man. Shout that out, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. After the Raptors.
Winning this coach of all time when he left. So I mean, there's a lot of teams under his belt,
Yo, and also, honestly, not too many players could say top coach in history and a top 75 player. Yeah. Stop playing. Stop playing with him. I'm just saying.
We love Phil, but Phil was in EMA. He was on the Knicks.
He was in the top 75 player.
He was here for the ride.
Got a chip though, but
Yeah,
He was here for the ride. You know what I mean? That's it.
I'm just saying. But yeah, man. So RIP to Lenny Wilkens and thoughts and prayers to his family, guys. All right, guys. Don't know how you transition from that to this, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. Uh, we have some rumors percolating in the Ja rumor mill. So it's been put out there that the John Mill's working, wheels are turning, that he may have some destinations or some other teams are looking into his situation. I know it's been reported that the Minnesota Timberwolves are looking into that situation. Honestly, what teams aren't, right? I mean, I would think every team is looking at that situation, except for maybe OKC. Like, what other team is it? Like, what other team is really not looking at that situation? Like, how can I get me some job? Even the Knicks. Even the Knicks, man. I'm throwing it out there. Even the Knicks. F, stop playing. Stop playing, F.
Portland in the background, like,
Listen.
Scotty.
F, stop playing right now. Jaffa Brunson, stop playing.
You stop playing, sir. All right. It's the
Really?
Mayor, it's the mayor. It's the mayor of the city. Don't disrespect the mayor of the city, okay?
You cool
Hold on. Before we get to the other Ja talk, hold on. So you wouldn't do Ja for Brunson?
Let me explain to you, okay? Jalen Brunson and Aaron Judge are the two most important athletes in the city since Derek Jeter retired. All right, this isn't a conversation we're having right now. I love you, Ja. You're my guy.
How do you boot me off this podcast immediately?
You leave it right now.
Listen, man, you see those billboards in Jersey, okay?
Don't boot me. I don't care how you do it.
I mean, don't let me derail this. But who's bigger since Jeter left?
You telling me Jalen Brunson is as important as Aaron Judge?
You haven't been to the city lately, my guy. You haven't been to the city lately, okay? Jalen Brunson runs this town right now.
Yeah,
I thought there was a guy named Patrick Ewing that was pretty important. But
I said since Derek Jeter, man. Patrick Ewing is like 30 years ago.
It's gone, man. That generation.
So was Derek Jeter.
I'm talking about since Jeter retired. Jeter retired in 14, 15.
Okay, my fault.
I get it.
Jeter was still relevant.
In the last 10 years. That's all I'm saying. In the last 10 years.
I get it. I was just poking at you, but I wouldn't even blame you. You guys have a synergy going. You have an identity. Don't mix it up. Keep it going. All I'm saying is
Kyrie and KD were more relevant in Brooklyn than Jalen Brunson.
What is happening right now? What is happening?
All right, let's get back on track. All right, what are your reactions to Minnesota Timberwolves looking at this? And then, of course, the team that always gets thrown in the mix, Miami. It's the default team for trades, man. Just Miami. Everything goes through Miami. What are you guys' reaction to that right now?
I would love to see Twin City, and Twin being spelled TWYN. You know what I mean? And specifically with the two prominent YNs of the league, and Ja and Ant. I would love to see them play together. I think it would bring a level of excitement, and also it's like, look, we know that Ja kind of ushered in this new era, and then Ant was able to take it over because whatever Ja's issues off the court was, but I think them on the court together. Wildly exciting. Two guys that really want to continue to put their stamp on the league. What's happening in Memphis right now, we all know that Memphis is not a large market. And you know what? If Ja and the coach are they're not seeing eye to eye, and it comes down to like, yo, what can we do to be able to get the most out of our best asset, which is in Ja Morant? You do it as quickly as you can. But to see, I would love to see him and Ant play together, because I think that would be some truly exciting basketball. I'm going on the ledge. I would say it would be as exciting to see as Jordan and Pippen. Okay, I would love to see that.
Christian,
it would be as exciting as Jordan and
lose
Pippen.
mic, please. Mute, lose mic, because this is wild. Jordan and Pippen level. Get out of here. They haven't won. No, we're not blaspheming. And you're a Chicago Bulls fan too. You're a Chicago Bulls fan saying this. This is wild, Lou. As my brother, you're muted still, as you should be. As as my brother, bro, Jordan and Pippen, that's hyperbole. That is hyperbole.
I just want to say that Lou's mic couldn't even let him finish.
You're right. It broke down on him. As it should. It's like, yo, what are you talking
hilarious.
about, yo?
But okay, let me ask.
So no one's gonna
him.
push back on Lou saying that Ja ushered in this era. What era are you talking about?
Well,
what era does Ja even bring? Lou, you're still muted, bro. If you want to talk, you got to unmute yourself.
Lou had a few tangents there.
I can't unmute myself, bro. You muted me.
You're unmuted now, Lou.
Let me. You almost,
Literally,
your level of hyperbole almost broke the pod
of the NBA.
Right, the pod's broken. Put the rainbow screen on. We're starting all over. Welcome to the 3-on-3 podcast. Because Jordan and Pippen is wild.
I'm talking about excitement levels.
There's so many duos you could have chose from. Shaq and Penny. There's so many other duos you could have chose from, man.
I'm just talking about in terms of the
Luka and AR.
they play. I specifically, and I'm going to definitely ignore what Pop Mama just said, but I'm just specifically looking at the positions that they play. That's why I didn't bring up Kobe and Shaq, Penny and Shaq. This guard for this
LeBron and Wade. I would have even taken.
Maybe, but
and even then, that's a little hyperbole.
Exactly. These two
the Heatles. I'm just saying. Let me ask you this though. On the real back, let's get this back on the rails. Hypothetically, if this would happen, and maybe I'm just the psychology guy, personality-wise, do we think this would work?
So here's what I would say about that. So I listened to a Julius Randle interview the other day, and he talked about how when he first showed up in Minnesota, his first practice in Minnesota, how Ant showed up, dapped him up, welcomed him to the team, then proceeded to bust his tail for the whole day, to the point where Julius Randle went home upset after that first practice. Like, nah, I can't let it go down like that. But he said that Ant did that to set the tone of where he was at. But he's also his absolute biggest cheerleader when he's been successful in Minnesota. I say that to say that Ant is a leader. He's very charismatic, but he's a leader. He understands how to carry the mantle of, this is my team. This is how I set the tone of what we do here. And I do agree. I do think that is what Ja is missing. He needs somebody that is at his level, right? That is going to set the tone of, this is the way we operate. This is the way we prepare for greatness here. I saw an interview from the other day. He said that greatness is boring. So he spent the whole summer doing single dribble pull-up jump shots. All right. It's real boring to be great. Right. You see, beyond the charisma, beyond the off-court things you may want to, talk about and about when it comes to basketball, when it comes to his profession, his craft, he takes no shortcuts. He leaves no stones unturned. And that's the type of model that Ja needs with him to get the best out of himself right now, in my opinion. So I actually think it will work.
Okay. So my question is, you think that Ja doesn't have that same level of work ethic? Because I would argue the fact that Ja wouldn't even be in the league if he didn't have that same level of work ethic.
I think he has work ethic, but I think that the things that
level of work.
Well, I'm a big Ja guy. Ja's jumper hasn't improved in 7 years. I need him to work on some things. I think where he's at right now, and this is just me, I think he's in an infrastructure
but go ahead.
that coddles him more than develops him. And I think that's even to his family as well. I think he's a very hard worker. I agree. I agree. I think he has a tremendous chip on his shoulder, but I think the infrastructure around him though is
Needs
not.
direction
I think
on
he needs a little more direction.
on
Yes.
how to channel that hard work ethic, where to channel it, where to do it. I
Yes.
can see that because I was gonna bring up the defensive side, but you brought up the shot making, which is definitely true as well too. They do sync on him on the screens as well too. Um, but what I'm also curious about is, do you think that, because the other team, right, that is being thrown out there is Miami as well, right? And we all know about Miami culture, et cetera, and there's supposed to be structure there as well. I guess, do you think Ja would benefit more from a structured organization or a situation where the teammates are there to keep him accountable? I guess, which one do you think he would excel him or take him to the next level?
I think there's a key difference that we're not looking at that Ant went through that Ja didn't go through. Ant had to do with the fact that you came into a team with Cat, so you already had to deal with I'm boxing with whoever this leader of the team is, who they dubbed as leader, and also as you mentioned with Randall, Ja hasn't had to have that same type of uh, push for him to be able to then lay his stake. And this is where I would lean in terms of agreeing with you guys. We're saying that, yeah, you need another guy of your caliber to push you in that realm, in that space. But you know, what I mean, that's what it had to come with and deal with off rep. I do think that Ja's a player that would continue to rise to that occasion. But we've seen what Ja's been able to do and how he's been able to lift the team so long that he's been healthy, been on the court. Yeah, I know we're talking about in terms of like, okay, his jump shot. He's shooting his second best field goal percentage in his career thus far. You know what I mean? I do think that Ja would absolutely be the player that we expect him to be if he would have played alongside of Ant. Now, who would be the leader of the team? That's up for the debate and conversation. But I think this is the main difference in terms of if we look at just strictly just their path to where they are in their career right now. Ant has had to prove himself more based on how Minnesota was structured as opposed to Ja.
And so I think the answer, I think the question would be either one. I think he could benefit from either because I think in Memphis, I don't want to say Memphis isn't a strong organization. It has a culture behind it, a history behind it. But I think since Ja's gotten there, he's been the man. He's been the man with the keys to the city, right? And so it's almost since he's been there, he's almost been bigger than the organization. And from a teammate standpoint, he hasn't had somebody at his caliber from a talent standpoint that can push him to that level. So I think either way could potentially be
What? You're
beneficial
saying
to him.
Desmond Bain, the blockbuster trade, wasn't his caliber? Wow,
Listen, man.
that's
Listen,
disrespectful.
I know,
Don't
I
do
Triple
that.
J,
know.
That's
Triple J,
wild.
Triple J, Triple J.
That's wow.
I
Defensive player
think
of the year. Defensive player of the year.
you know the light. I mean, Ja's been the one. He's been the 1A since he's been there, and I think he could benefit. And he's
1A.
honestly he's been the
The
1A
1, 2,
since.
and the 3.
Yeah, well, I'm just
I was
saying
about to say.
he's been the
Why is
one
that the
A
1A?
his whole. But there's a difference in there's a difference in being a one and being the one, right?
Okay, who's the 1B?
Carmelo Anthony calls it the white hat. The one that carries the responsibility of being the leader of this team. Ja's been clearly that really since he's laced him up. So I think I think there's levels of responsibility that come with that. And listen, Ja's my guy. I want to see him in an amazing situation. But yeah, I think he could use that from either side, whether it's an organization or a player of that caliber.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see what happens. I know you guys have mentioned it. It's out there. We can't cover it up. He's unhappy. Kevin Durant was playing them and he was going back and forth with his dad and even said, like, enjoy your last week in here. Your son doesn't even want to be here. Like, it's clear, they're beefing, the family's feuding. Uh, but we'll see. I'm on Lou's side in this, where I would hope Memphis would get it together and figure it out. But at the same time, we love parity here. So if Ja is bouncing and flirting with different teams, we're here for this. I mean, last year we were shocked with Luka. Could we be shocked with Ja? That's all I'm throwing it out there. All right, fellas, let's move on. So we're talking about another superstar who's out here blazing a trail out here on fire. And we're talking about the Greek freak himself, Giannis out here, who, by the way, I thought LeBron took nepotism to a level that we had never seen.
No.
Maybe I'm doing this too early, y'all, and forgive me.
No. Nobody's beat Giannis on that, bro.
But to have all your brothers come,
Listen,
I'm sorry, yo.
Thanos picking up Infinity Stones.
Yo,
Week after
they took him off the squad and signed him back again. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Baby, he's literally like the high. First of all, the story when he went and got his shoe deal and says, "My brother needs to be on this," or it didn't happen.
It's wild. But anyway, I'm sorry. We're starting off with Giannis, but it's just crazy to me. We're starting off with Giannis, who is averaging, man, 33 points out here, man, 12 rebounds and 6 assists. I know we didn't do predictions, but I'm going out here saying it, man. That's MVP-like numbers, bro. That's MVP-like numbers.
When does he not put up MVP numbers?
Last year. Last year. He didn't put MVP-like because he was injured last year. You asked me. I'm giving you an answer.
You're right. Let me be more specific. When does a healthy Giannis not be in the conversation for MVP?
You're right. But it's different this year, and I don't know if it's because of. Well, I do know. I feel like it's the makeup of the team. We're seeing more of him going back to dominating it more.
You don't have your favorite player on the team?
Well, listen, man. You know, you're not kicking it to all those perimeter shooters to shoot threes now. You're having to do more. So yes, you're 100%. You're 100%.
Your favorite friend is not on the team. I can't.
He got his brothers, man. His brothers are here. That's why he's playing at MVP level. Alex is on the team now.
You don't need Middleton when you have the rest of the Greeks.
Yes. When you got Alex and Thanasis, not Thanos.
Listen,
we should all strive to do anything in life good enough to where we put our brothers on.
Facts.
I mean, that's key to life right there. Right. So I gotta give it to Giannis. He's not the only NBA player in the league with two brothers. All right.
Hey, yo, I'm sorry. So what you guys don't know what's happening in the background. What I do is I look up stats and everything right now, right? Look up Giannis stats. It gave me the 33. Look up Thanasis, all blanks. Nothing. This guy's not registering anything.
Literally nothing.
He's not there for that. Man. Listen, sometimes folks are there for vibes, okay?
Hey, look,
the vibe has to be right.
What's his name told us this? Jeff T told us there, man. He literally just there just to. Giannis plays his best when he has, you know what I mean, his injection of.
Yes, and I get it.
Family fortitude.
And if having those two on listen, you just read off the stats.
I already know.
If having those two on the bench,
those two is going to bring the best out of Giannis. Sign them twice. Yes, I know. Yes, we know that.
Man, giving you, I'm rounding, but I mean 33, 12, 13, and 7 right now. I mean, come on.
True, but here's my thing, right? What if it gets to a point where you need to add another player? That's 2 slots is taken up by a family member. It was bad enough when it was 1.
I have no problem with put you in street clothes. You can hype my man up as an assistant coach.
I'll tell you who needs to worry about that. Gary Harris, okay?
Gary.
I'll tell you who needs to worry about that, all right? Jericho Sims.
You're going down to that.
Jericho Sims needs to worry about that,
said Gary Harris. Hey, yo, get me out of here, bro.
Mark Sears needs to worry about that. But I tell you the three people who don't have to worry
Who
about
don't
this.
have to worry
Pop
about
Mamba
that, right?
like this, all right? The Nasus, the other Antetokounmpo,
Alex
and
So you saying
Torian Prince. All
so you
right,
saying
Torian,
Pete
because
those are three
Pete
that don't have to
Nance
worry about it.
Pete Nance could count his days, huh?
Listen,
listen.
all right. For those other guys, you know, rent. All right, rent. Don't buy it.
Oh
Rent.
man.
But
All right.
See you on the practice squad.
absolutely.
All right, let's talk about some basketball for real quick. One more thing, and then we'll move off of this because all we did was just talk about his brothers. So the brothers are really the reason Giannis is doing this. How much of an impact are we seeing with Miles Turner?
I think he's filling the Brook Lopez role well. The
Okay,
stats aren't necessarily amazing, but the defense has been solid.
he's 11, 6, and 2 right now. So yeah,
yeah,
not too great.
yeah, but he's allowing the continuity from a defensive standpoint. They've gotten a breakout from Ryan Rollins, second leading scorer on the team right now.
Yes, that dude is balling.
Yeah, yeah. But really,
Feisty.
yeah. But really, what
My
I
bad,
give him more
apologize.
than anything, now you're good, is Giannis's professionalism, right? We had the off-season rumors, everybody trying to get in his business. Where's he interested in being traded to? Him not giving 100% answers of, you know, where he wanted to be. But once the season started, he said, listen, I'm here. I'm focused on this season. You're going to get me this season. And he's giving you that. Like, I respect Giannis. Just listen, sticking to his word. I'm not gonna give you sugar-coated answers, right? I'm gonna tell you how I feel at that moment. And when I say I'm not talking about this no more, I'm here for the basketball. You getting the Terminator. So listen, man. Shout out to Giannis. He's doing his thing. And the Bucks better than expected right now. We'll see how it plays out as the year goes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. One more thing before we move on to the next one. Do we think they still need one more piece?
I mean, yeah, they need one more piece. I just told you their second leading scorer is Ryan Rollins, but I mean, you know,
Exactly.
I don't know how they're gonna get it.
I know nobody expected it to be Kyle Kuzma. Now Kyle Kuzma, is he serviceable? Absolutely, but
I told you I saw
they,
that man
they
still
don't they don't
money for
have
2
a
years.
they don't have a second guy that is no anywhere near as good as what Middleton was for them as a second option.
Mm. If only there was someone available. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the
I don't like
segment.
that illusion. I don't like that
Oh,
illusion.
listen,
Nah,
man.
yeah,
If Ja
nobody
goes
cares.
to
Relax.
if Ja goes to the Bucks, I'm just saying, you got to trade a brother. You got to trade at least Alex or Thanasis for.
You put them in assistant coach clothes.
Got it. All right, fellas, let's move on to the next team. I'm being ushered on because clearly Pop Mama wants me to get to this segment. Let's talk about the Lakers, man. Let's talk about these Los Angeles Lakers. They're here. They're playing well. They are currently 4th in the West right now, 7-3. They took a little L down here in the A, but we know what happens here in the A. You know, Blue Flame,
Not the lemon
Magic
pepper
City,
Lakers now.
Lemon Pepper Lakers, man. You know, listen, Luka like him some lemon pepper. So does AR. You know, they was down here. You know.
I'm gonna give Pop Mamba some credit real quick, okay? We throw out suggestions during the show on how we should chop this thing up, visuals and whatnot. And Pop Mamba never disappoints, all right? If we're gonna put a name on this segment, all right, and we're talking about how good and tasty these Lakers have been, you gotta call this segment the Lemon Pepper Lakers. All right, keep going, Hans. I'm sorry.
All right, the Lemon Pepper Lakers. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yes, sir. So Lakers are 7-3. They are LeBron-less, and Luka is doing his thing. Now I know we have definitely brought up some concerns that we have with the Lakers roster construction and whether that's going to be enough to take them to the next level. But man, they're looking good. Luka's looking good. AR was dropping 50 balls here, you know, looking like the best SG in the league.
You said what you meant.
That's it. What I meant, right? What are you guys thinking about these Lakers, man?
What you mean, Hans? I want to hear about dominating. Okay, tell me about dominating.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Who is that? I don't.
No, not a top center in the league.
Sorry. Talking about Jokic, top center in the league. That's what we talking about. Sengun. What we talking about?
So dominate.
Okay. Don't upset me.
That's your boy, man.
Don't upset. Hey, my boy. Don't upset me.
Listen, so if we're going to talk the Lakers, I mean, you got to talk about things playing out well so far, right? I mean, Luka, that was the box already checked coming into this season, and he's looked the part coming into it. Austin Reeves, incredible start to this season. You're seeing both Luka and Austin playing well off of each other, taking advantage of the opportunities when they're the solo acts. I don't think we saw this level coming from Austin Reeves. Contract year, Austin Reeves. Let's just toss that out, right? Going to get every dollar of his. Marcus Smart looking the best that he's looked in 2 years. I mean, I just got to watch him waste away in both Memphis and Washington. Looks like he's been rejuvenated. I told you, Rui, I won't get into the example I gave because nobody will get it. But I told y'all, Rui plays like LeBron James' older brother cousin when LeBron is not there. So I mean, he's looked solid. And then, I mean, Aiden with 22 and 10 in the Wemby game alone. I mean, you got to give the props where it is. So and don't forget Jake. Don't forget Jake LaRavia. Now I'm filling out the
Is that number 12?
Who's
number 12?
Okay,
Who's
I'm not
number
doing
12?
That's number 12.
This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line.
Players. So what I mean is, you have a team of a cast of guys punching above their weight right now, and we just have to see if that carries out as the season continues, and if that carries out once the king comes back, as we mentioned.
Hey.
You know,
and so the team is looking like a well-oiled machine based on what if this would be the current construct of what the future of what they saw the Lakers would be. And you brought something up at the end of your statement, Evan, right? Until the king come back. So what happens to the team when he then comes back into the rotation? If he ever comes back to the rotation, one of my questions for you is this. You have LeBron coming back into the rotation. Do you actually say, hey, yeah, let's bring him back and, you know, we'll get it cracking? Or B, you look at two pieces that you have, right? Bringing LeBron back or shipping him for parts, or you getting the best output out of Austin Reeves. And is his stock the highest that you have had, where you can add all the other supplemental pieces where you look at a long-term situation for the Lakers? Because how sustainable is Austin Reeves' output for this season alongside Luka, and then also when LeBron comes back?
So
go ahead, Ev.
I was gonna say, I think just simply because of Austin Reeves' age, you have to bank on him, right? And because of LeBron's age, one, he's not getting traded. You have to hope, and my thought, and I could be crazy, you have to think that at this stage of LeBron's career, that the next act, the rabbit that he pulls out of his hat, is being the best role player of all time, the best fill in the blank of all time. Because if he comes in and accepts that role and allows what's been working right now to keep working and fill in all those gaps, right? Where there's, because there's always gaps, right? Cut a little more. Just use that basketball IQ spread all over everything else. That not only saves him for the playoffs, it's the best fit for this team going forward. If he comes in and he changes the style of what they're doing right now, I don't think that would be sustainable for this team.
You say save him
Yeah,
for the playoffs, though. If this is what is working to get you there, why then inject it at that juncture?
No,
because
I
LeBron
don't
has.
mean.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say because
Yeah.
Playoff LeBron is different. It's known.
Well, I don't even mean it from the standpoint of do it differently in the playoffs. I mean, by him being a role, his usage isn't as high, so he lasts through the playoffs versus turning him back into a high usage player that wears down come playoff time, and you've shifted the identity of your team.
Yeah, I don't. I think that'd be great. Do I see LeBron doing it? I don't know. I think the Lakers are really just playing the long game right now. They're just waiting LeBron out. They have to, like you said, pay Austin, right? Because if you're investing in the future, which is why you traded AD for Luca, right? You're investing in the future. You're looking past LeBron. AR's playing well with Luca, right? They have a synergy. Luca's giving you MVP like numbers, 37, right? A game right now. I think you wait LeBron out. You pay Austin, right? You try to get a couple pieces that could kind of fit with them long term. I see LeBron being here 2 years tops, man. Like F says, it's either he's going to be a role player or he's like, you know what? I got to preserve my legacy. Let's play Bryce real quick. I play with both my sons. Let me get my last dance. That's where I kind of see it going. They're gonna have to wait it. Um, I don't think for what year is this? 21, 22 for LeBron? 22? For 22 years, he's been a 23. Thank you, Pod Mamba. You would know. 23 years, he's been a disruptor on a team. And not in a bad way. Does that make sense? Like, not in a bad way. For 23 years, his skill set, who he is, he's been a
Yeah, the team
disruptor.
has to adapt to his style of
Yeah,
play.
how he does. He doesn't adapt to anything.
Yeah, they have to adapt to him.
That's hard. But that would be a great rabbit, like I've said. That would be a great rabbit. All right, guys, we have fulfilled our contractual obligation for Laker Talk for the rest of the season. That was good. Got that off our chest. Whew,
I made it
man,
through without throwing up. Great. Huh.
that was difficult. Oh man, Lord. Let's talk about my Blazers, though. Let's talk about my Blazers, man. We don't really got to talk about them. I just wanted to just say the Blazers real quick, man. We just had to throw them out
Yeah,
there.
man, go ahead. Get your moment off, man.
We just had to throw them out there. No, we don't got to talk about them. This is what I really want to talk about for these last 3 minutes. It's going to be a curveball. It wasn't discussed. This is live. We're freestyling on air. I aspire to be as petty as Donovan Mitchell has been this past week. And I think every person who has laced them up and played under hardwood can relate to when you have such a great game that's fueled by somebody's trash talk. Those are one of the greatest moments, right? That you remember as a baller. When somebody was just chirping and you had to shut them down with your play. This man said, "Oh, it wasn't because the other team I dropped 46. I was playing 2K earlier, like for 2 hours, and this dude was just talking mad trash.
Crazy over the sticks. I had to go
Son.
do it in real life.
So I had to show him, yo, I'm that dude. So this is for you, son. I'm just saying. One more. 46. Okay. I'm just saying. And I think it was the Sixers too. It was against the Sixers, if I'm not mistaken, which are playing pretty well right now. That's all I'm saying. That's my petty moment of the year. I'm here for it.
Not gonna lie, I'm glad it was a game early because I didn't want to be the team. That was on the back end of that. I'm glad they got them before they got me because, we played them not too long ago. I would have been sick if the commissioner decided he's like, you know what, this is the day. I'm going off. Leave us alone, please. But Mitchell was like, okay, talk to me all how you want to on the sticks, but look what I do in real life. This isn't 2K, my boy.
Listen,
I really does this.
the Cavs need to pay that man so he can
Yep, yep.
continue to give them this output, especially in the playoffs. All right, guys.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm definitely going to troll. I'm going to strategically take an assistant coach at key moments to anonymously troll Mitchell to continue to get the type of output.
Listen, man. You know, that's what's up. All right, guys. Moving on to our last segment. We gotta talk about our AARP team, man, out here, man. We gotta talk about our elders,
A
man.
geriatric team.
Yeah, man. The senior league, man. We I won't reveal anybody's age, but there's a couple of us out here. When we get on the court, it's different. It's not what it used to be. Maybe I'll just speak for me, man. It's not like it used to be, man. When I get on the court now and I see these YNs windmilling and doing that, I'm going on the other way, man. That's not what I'm here for, okay? I'm here to get some good cardio, here to get
Not
some
even trying to
shots
touch
up.
backboard.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that, man. The Clippers, man, they're not looking so hot, guys. The Clippers right now, they are where they at? 13th in the Western Conference. They are 3-6. They took a couple of notable hits. Their last loss going to Phoenix, and they lost to them twice, y'all. And
Phoenix is trash.
yeah, Phoenix is not doing so great either. And what's funny is the first game, I think they felt like they could get over Phoenix because they sat Harden down, they sat Kawhi down, and it was just Bradley, Zubac. I don't think even Collins was playing. They sat him down. They were just like, yo, we got this. It's Phoenix. They're disjointed. They don't know what they're doing. We're gonna make this happen. And Phoenix said, no. We're gonna make you happen. And the next game, Harden's here, Collins is here, they're trying to make it happen, and no. I'm going to say this, and then you guys are more than welcome to go with this. The age isn't really sweating me as much as I'm not seeing a lot of fruit from Bradley Beal. That's what's concerning me, because you had a notable opportunity to put the league on notice against the Phoenix Suns when it was just you and Zubac. So no Harden to hold the ball, no Kawhi to hold the ball. It was just you. Back to your Wizards day, right? Balls in your hand. Get some wizardry going. Nothing. I think Bradley Beal's the issue, man. I'm calling it.
Is it fair to say he's been the issue the last 5 years, and he's the real reason that the KD and Booker pairing never worked?
Wow.
Just
Really?
saying.
Very interesting you said that, because there was a conversation had during a prep call where somebody may not mentioned where Bradley Beal may have been the issue for a very long time. Arguably, since since the one season he had with John Wall being hurt. I'm putting myself on mute.
When you have a player that's able to say, I'm good with getting my check and not playing,
That's true.
You've always been the issue.
there's some things, there's some character flaws that you point out that you just can't come back from, right? Like I bring back like my Kyle Kuzma example. I watched Kyle Kuzma not care about basketball for 2 years. So there's nothing that you could tell me that would convince me that when he got traded from the Wizards to the Bucks, that he would just start playing like he cared about basketball again. Because your habits the last 2 years showed you don't care about being serious on a basketball court,
At
right?
all.
At all. So take that to Bradley Bill, who just openly admit, listen, my check is hidden. Me and my family are good. I don't really care, right? You cannot then just turn back into an impactful basketball player. That's just my opinion. You either got that dog in you or you don't. So I think that's part of the issue that the Clippers are having. I think they brought together a lot of pieces, but their chemistry was always somewhat tenuous to begin with from a culture standpoint. As great as Kawhi is, he's Kawhi. I wouldn't call him a culture setter. James
Yeah,
Harden,
facts.
he's
Yes.
consistent, he's available, but I wouldn't call him a culture setter. You bring in a Bradley Bill.
I'm sorry, to interrupt you,
You
but
good,
for
you
James
good.
Harden to be your most available player, you already know you're dead in the water.
So yeah, I'm not ready to write them off for the season yet, but I do think that one, the players they brought in, whether it's the character or the age of the players that they brought in, this season, at least at the beginning, there was always going to be a slippery slope to it where the wheels could fall off and this team could just be old and sorry versus accomplished and veteran savvy. And what we're seeing right now is the latter. We're seeing teams that are just more younger, more aggressive, that are running them off the court. And no, we didn't expect that coming in.
And also,
Well, let me not say
there's
we didn't expect that because Lou just gave me a look. I'm sorry. A lot of pundits didn't expect that coming in. I'll say
The
that.
reason why I'm saying that is like, look, on paper, 5 years ago, maybe this would have sounded great. The output that we've seen from the marquee names of this roster over the last 5 years doesn't give an indication of a team that we should expect to be a contending team.
yeah, I agree. And also I think Bradley doesn't have other tools in his belt that he can fasten and use at a high level. And the example I use is Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon went from being a marquee player, the franchise player in Orlando Magic, to being what, the third dude in Denver. And that's because he realized, look, I have other sets and skills that can be useful and that I can plug into this team. Being the dunker spot, defending at a high level, hitting the boards. You get what I'm saying? Like he figured out where he fit. And to Ev's credit, Bradley Beal didn't do that in Phoenix. I don't know if he's gonna do that in LA. He hasn't shown me as that guy to where, hey, I have these other attributes that I can use, and I'm okay with just being that guy using those attributes. He doesn't do anything else at a high level at all. He doesn't rebound at a high level. He doesn't defend at a high level. He doesn't do anything else at a high level. So
I don't know if he cares to like really play ball for it. And that's like back to Ev's point earlier. Like, there's nothing that can convince me that Bradley Beal cares about basketball on a professional level.
because he said I like Phoenix. My family likes Phoenix.
I think Bradley's issue. He
Man.
still wants to get 30 shots a game. That's the only way that he can be quote unquote effective is by volume. And you're not getting that anymore. You have to earn that accolade. You have to earn that seat at the table.
He's not
You're
getting
not
that
that player.
anywhere.
And
Yeah, you're not getting that anywhere.
You're not getting that anywhere.
And he
No,
hasn't been willing
You go back to the
to-
Wizards and get it.
Nah, we
all right,
good.
yo. All right, it is.
I said we.
Yeah, claim your
That's
team,
like
man. I
literally-
set you up. Set you up, son. All right, y'all. Let's move on real quick. Let's move on. Clay, man. Let's go down to Dallas, man. Dirk has been very critical of his team, man. He says they can't shoot. They don't have playmakers. Y'all got Dirk upset. Dirk is upset. What's going on with Clay, man? Clay's not looking too good. Clay is not shooting like he needs to be. He's off rhythm. Is this a Clay issue? Or is this still more of the, hey, man, they don't have a point guard that can really set him up? What's going on, man? What's up with Clay? Does he need, and I'll take this from Lou Will. Lou Will said, man, Clay looks like he got his powers taken in Space Jam. Man, he needs his powers back, man. Oh man, what's up with Clay, man?
I wonder where those powers went.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to say the radio edit version of
You
what
know
I
what?
want to
Yeah.
say, because
Man, you
I
can go ahead
think
and say it,
I
man.
think Clay's issue is he's messing with some. What's the words after that? That's all I got.
That's all you got, man.
That's all I got.
You got kids, man.
All I know is that catch and shoot means something much different to Clay. No,
Hey, he's shooting. He's shooting.
he catching and he for sure shooting. No hesitation.
At all. He's diving in, man. Diving in. Listen, man. Look, I feel like this. At first, because I think we're past the injury, right? We can't. I feel like once you're 3 seasons past the injury, you kind of got to stop blaming it on the injury, right? Now that first year, we could blame it on scheming, right? You got to get used to the team, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if I've seen such a prolific, literally one of the top 5 shooters in NBA history, right? If you look at percentage, like I've never seen that sharp of a fall. Like this dude is looking like he wasn't a prolific scorer. Is this a system thing also? Like, is he just better in a motion offense? Is Steve Kerr's motion offense just that's what he is? He is just a system player. He's not gonna get his off. He's not a Ray Allen, right? Who can go in and get it off. He's not a Steph Curry or Reggie Miller, who can do these things. Like, is he just a system player? And we're just realizing like, yo, he's not in his environment, and Clay was just benefiting off of a great system.
I think it's a combination of multiple things. I think yes, that's a big part of it. When you
Besides Meg. Go ahead.
well, I'll come back to that part. I think when yes, you were the most successful shooter almost in history, adjacent to Steph, in a system that was tailor made for you to do so. Beside a catalyst that allowed you to do so, right? You come off of injury and not only leave that system where you started faltering some your last year or two in that system, now into a new system that there's just frankly isn't going to create the same opportunities in the same ways that it did in that Golden State system, right? He's just, yes, he's lost his powers from that standpoint because he has to find himself as the expectation of I'm Clay in a system that's not designed for you to be Clay, right? The Clay that you were. So yes, that's a problem that he runs into. I do think that the reason we have to bring up the Megan part is because it just so obviously opens you up for that, right? When you go so public in with a relationship like that in the summer preceding the season, the culture is going to look at how you perform once the season starts, and it creates just such an easy target when you have such virally poor performances, right? And so it's unfortunate that it's that way. One probably doesn't have anything to do with anything, right? The Megan part probably has nothing to do with the reason that he's struggling, but it's just so convenient when you look so poor playing after you've gone so public with a relationship. I hate it, but that's the way these things kind of work. So two things not working in Clay's favor right now.
So I'm going to, and I'm actually going to toss this to Hans, right? Because I'm going to poke his psychological background. I think it's more he's lost his mojo in the midst of the fact that you go from such a height of being such a prolific shooter. You go from a ACL tear, which is something that's really quick, relatively, commonplace right in the league in 2019. And you come to bounce back, and the expectation is that, and you have that same expectation of yourself, and to go right back down with an Achilles tear. I think that did a number in terms of his mental and his psyche, and he's still been trying to get back from there. I mean, I think it's synonymous, and it may, even if it's not necessarily to the same degree. Like my guy Derrick Rose, right? The player that you were, and then having to overcome these two injuries back to back, and it's not light injuries, right? You go from ACL and then to straight into an even worse injury with your Achilles, and then coming back and not being the guy that you know yourself to be, also for whether it's because of physical limitations or not. I think that there's a psychological aspect of it as to why we're not seeing the same Clay that was a Splash Brother. And then for you to then have a rocky situation in your homegrown of what you like, what built your career, trying to give some semblance of it. We saw some flashes of it last season in Dallas, but I just think that I don't know if we'll ever see the same Clay again. I think a lot of it is a psychological piece from what he's endured.
Yeah, I see the psychological part in terms of, historically speaking, when we go through a lot of significant changes at once, it does disrupt us psychologically. And it causes a lot of dysfunction at times if you don't have time to adjust. So I definitely could see him going through that as well. Um, I just think for his height to where he is now is a drastic fall. If we think of, I hate to say it, but it's not even PG, because even PG bounced back and we saw, what he could do. It's giving me more of what's his name? I'm sorry. Caucasian guy, played in Utah, had an all-star year,
Oh
went
man, I know
to
exactly
Gordon
Celtics.
Hayward. Gordon Hayward.
Gordon
It's
Hayward.
giving Gordon
Yeah.
Hayward, right?
Yeah.
Remember how
He
just never came
shattered
back.
his ankle,
And it was, like that fall. So, and I mean, he shot 39% from three last year. So that's still great. Like, 39%
but
is,
he's still a shell of himself. You can tell he's still a shell of
yeah.
himself.
But
He's not
you
the
hit the,
defensive. Remember, because he was a total package. It wasn't just a shooting. It was
yeah,
also his
he was
defensive
a defense.
prowess that also made him such a prominent player when they talked about him in Golden State, because of what he was. We're putting Clay on the best player on the other team. He's going to be a defender, and we know what he's going to do on the offensive end. We haven't seen that Clay in a very long time.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things, like you're saying. It's a lot of things, a lot of adjustments. But hope he gets through it, man. But also, one could say, man, he won.
Nah, I don't feel bad. You got Meg, okay?
He won. Yeah, he got
Right.
chips.
You be all right.
He got
You
Meg.
rich, chips.
He's got
You
money.
got Meg.
What more you need, man?
man.
What more you need, man? You're winning.
Yeah. Who cares about these jump shots, man?
Right. Listen, if he needs to take Bradley Beal's approach, that's what he needs to do. They need to switch. That's what needs to happen. Bradley Beal walking around like he Clay. That's what's going on with Bradley Beal. All right, y'all. You're on mute, Lou. You're on mute. Before we move on, before we close the show, we got to talk about something very serious, guys. This is a serious topic. We waited for it to be the last topic because it's just, I don't know, man. It's really hard hitting, and it's time for us to really address it. Okay, Jalen Beijing Brown has struck again, man. He struck again. All right, he's out here sullying these opponents' jerseys with his Beijing smear. All I know is he couldn't commit any crime because he'd leave evidence behind, man. What do we need to do to get Jalen Beijing Brown a quality barber to get him good on the hairline joint?
Keep it going, yo. Keep it going. And you know what? If I'm the player that he smudges on, at the end of the game, we switching jerseys. We are trading jerseys. I need that. Every single
memento,
time.
have them sign it.
No. They have to take the picture with us doing this. Smudge staying it on. If you want to keep acting like that, bro, we're gonna get you every single time. Come on, man. You make too much money. Funny. You could have won the turkey over the off season. You didn't have to play.
And you know what's crazy? He's doing worse than, like, we've had some big Beijing offenders. Carlos Boozer being one, right?
The worst.
Huge Beijing offender. And we don't have any footage of his Beijing wiping up because that's quality. He got that.
Nah, he did that because he's like, I'm on TV. You know what I mean?
Lord.
We gonna marker this one. Shout out to his makeup artist.
Oh man. All right, guys. 20 seconds. Wrap up. 20 seconds. 20 seconds, man. 20 seconds. Should he get hair plugs or keep going throughout the season?
With all the
Keep it going.
technology I see on the internet of these new techniques that they have, I honestly just don't understand how this is happening and how this is the only time that it's happened since 20 years ago. Like, this is preposterous to me.
The fact that LeBron never has gone through this.
Yeah, this is like,
no.
To me, it feels like he's bootlegging. That's what it feels.
That's what happened. He got the great
like
value Beijing. He didn't get the real Beijing.
Because he's just cheap, bro. Let's be real. Jaylen Brown looked like a cheap dude.
And this is why he can't. And this is why he's not Jason Tatum. All right, because there's levels to this.
All right. On that note, guys. On that note, we have to end it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. As always, hit us up on our social media. Let us know what you think about the show. Follow us, like, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, give us a thumbs up. If you really, really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you can keep up with us every week. Be sure to follow us on all our socials at the 3on3 Podcast. Hey, got a question, topic you want us to talk about? Hit us up on our email at 3on3podcast@gmail.com. We appreciate y'all. Tune in next week.